Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. Welcome to This Is In, where we discuss what AARP Indiana is working on in communities and with our community partners across the state of Indiana. Today we are continuing our conversation about community challenge grants, where AARP is working in partnership with local leaders, organizations, and dedicated residents to help make our communities more livable. Uh, AARP is excited to announce the largest investment of grant dollars to date through the Community Challenge Grant Program. More than $3.4 million in quick action grants are being distributed to 260 organizations across all 50 states, Washington, D.C., Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. AARP Indiana is incredibly proud to have 5 grantees right here in our state. This is, as I mentioned, AARP's national program. It's part of a nationwide livable communities initiative, which supports the efforts of cities and towns and neighborhoods and rural areas to become great places to live for people of all ages. Since 2017, AARP Indiana has awarded 14 grants valuing over $225,000 that went to nonprofit organizations and government entities across the state. Which leads us to our guest today. From Anchor House, she is the executive director, Megan Cherry. Megan, thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Jason. Thanks for having me.
So Anchor House is one of Indiana's 5 grantees this year, and you received a grant of $16,000.
Yes.
So congratulations on that.
Thank you. We're super excited.
Right off the start. So tell us a little bit about the project that you guys are doing that you got funded for.
Okay. So Anchor House in itself as an organization, we are a food pantry and a homeless shelter. So this grant in particular is geared towards our food pantry program. And so what we asked for this grant, and we were granted the money, was a couple different pieces. One would be we asked for an awning for our food pantry. So we have people that come and stand in line, sometimes hours, to get food on the days that we are actually open and distribute. So you can imagine sometimes with the weather, with the heat, with the rain, those folks are still standing out there. So we really wanted to create an environment that's a little more safe. And also be able to get the residents of the county that are coming for food in out of the elements. So a large awning on the side of the building is one of the main projects. It's been kind of a dream of mine since I took over the organization in 2019. I noticed that we had to call the ambulance several times my first year here because of people getting overheated or things like that. And so I really just think that it's a great opportunity to offer that to people in the community as they come out, especially at this time, in the world where a lot of people are in need. So a lot of people are coming out for our services. So another piece to what we're doing is we've already started is we've got these little postcards that we've always offered out with our pantry information on them, but we've realized that a big part of our population is Hispanic. So we really have tried to expand our services within the pantry to be able to offer better communication to our Hispanic population. So we really wanted to get those translated into Spanish to be able to distribute throughout the community so that our Hispanic clients would be able to better understand how we can serve them and when they can come and get the food. So we're going to be hopefully getting at least over 500 of those out and distributed into the community. And then the third piece of what the grant will cover will be a really nice piece of artwork on the side of the building that's going to be painted by a local artist. So we've got a couple organizations. The local Southern Indiana Center for the Arts is here. And then we have a couple local artists that we're working with now to kind of design what that looks like, just to make it culturally friendly and really just a nice place for people to want to come to be able to get that food. So we really pride ourselves within our pantry in the shopping experience that we offer. So people come in, they shop for their food. So we're really big on the dignity piece of what we offer. And we really just want to increase the overall experience as a whole here. So thanks to this grant, we're able to do some of those things that we aren't always able to do as an organization. So it's a really amazing opportunity.
Yeah, and I think it's great because this is kind of this program. The Community Challenge Grant programs are supposed to be these quick action, high impact grants, and $16,000 it's a lot of money, but for some, for in a lot of organizations or just in general, might be considered a smaller donation in a lot of ways. But I think that this really kind of highlights that because it's just something as simple as an awning. That just give people some shade and just shelter from the elements, that it can go a long way towards helping folks. So I think that's fantastic. So how important is it to have partners like AARP come in and kind of help out with these kind of things? Like, how crucial is that to just you continuing on the work that you guys are doing there?
I mean, partnerships like this are essential to what we do. I mean, honestly, without this grant, we would be continuing with, no awning and maybe limited services through our Hispanic population. So grants like this are important in a smaller foundation like ours because, not all donors or people come along want to fund those types of projects. So to find an organization who is willing to, again, give that quick money to get the quick results, and you're talking about a high impact. So obviously, when you think of impact, you think of numbers. So for us as an organization, if we impact one person, that's a high impact for us. So, but in thinking about what we do as a pantry, we served over 5,000 individual households last year. So that's a pretty high impact for us. So having an organization like AARP to step up and partner alongside with us to make this a better experience for our community is just a blessing for us as an organization, and I think to the community to have that resource. So it's definitely an essential partnership.
So you had also mentioned that besides just the food pantry, there's some other things that that you all do and that you all do to help folks out. And so I just want to give you the opportunity. What else is Anchor House doing for the folks in Seymour, where you guys are located?
Yeah, so the other piece of our programming is a homeless shelter. So we actually just last year expanded to a second location. So we have one location that's 7 one-bedroom apartments, and those house primarily families with children. And then we opened a second location that has dorm rooms and also family rooms. So we are able to house 10 families at a time at this point, 46 individuals. So expanding to the second location allowed us to serve additional population that we had not been able to serve before. So before we only served families with children, and now we serve any individual, whether, they're a senior citizen or they're a single parent or they're just a single individual. We're able to serve all of them now. So since opening our doors last February, we have served nearly 400 unduplicated residents through our shelter services. So we make a pretty high impact through there as well. And we've provided nearly 8,000 nights of stay to those in our community. So we are very busy with our shelter services. We're currently full with a waiting list. So again, in this time in the world, in our economy, and it's really becoming a need. So we are just there to provide those shelter services to help people get on their feet and make a difference and be able to start life over and have a second chance. And so our pantry services extend over into our shelter services as well. So we also feed those residents and those families. So we've almost nearly doubled in size of what we did essentially a year or two ago. So we've really tried to expand and continue to meet the needs of our community.
Okay. Well, that's, housing is obviously an issue that we always, or that we work on here at AARP with regards to whether just making it affordable and available for people. So I think it's between the two areas that you guys are focusing on, both with the housing and with the food pantry. It's like we've been talking about a couple of times now, high impact for a lot of folks, and may not seem like it for some people, but for the folks that are utilizing the services that you guys provide, it's huge. So I appreciate the work that you guys are doing and will continue to do. And we look forward to hearing more about the project as it goes along. I think we're going to try. I know I personally want to kind of take a road trip down to Seymour to see how this looks and see how it turns out, so we can see exactly what we were able to help provide through that community challenge grant. So I just want to thank you for that, and thank you for your time. And with that, we will, is there anything else you wanted to let folks know about what Anchor House is up to? Or
I don't think so. I think you put our website up there. So,
Yep.
Again, you can visit our website. If anybody's interested to come down, contact us to come see the facility, see what we do. We have a couple fundraisers. We got one coming up next month. Those are kind of fun to get involved in. So I just encourage people anybody local to get involved, either to help out or volunteer. It's an amazing organization. And so again, I just thank you for the opportunity to come on here and to speak, and definitely a giant thanks to AARP for the opportunity to utilize these funds for our community.
Well, I appreciate you and the work you guys are doing, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us today. And for everybody else, we will continue our conversations with our Community Challenge grant winners as we go forward, as well as what else is happening and AARP is up to in the state of Indiana. So until then, we will talk to you next time. Thanks.
Thanks.